Welcome back to Radical Lifestyle. Today's episode is all about history, mountains, and a little bit of magic. We started our day on the road to one of Georgia's oldest cave cities, Uplistsikhe. And on the way, we passed through a place with a very interesting story. Gori is a small but historically significant town, best known as the birthplace of Joseph Stalin. The entire region has this mix of Soviet-era architecture and traditional Georgian life. Even just driving through, you can feel the weight of history here. We didn't stop here, but it definitely sets the tone for the journey ahead. Because next comes something truly ancient. As we continued towards Uplistsikhe's cave city, the landscape transformed completely. The fog lifted, the snow disappeared, and suddenly we were surrounded by warm sunshine and dry, rocky terrain. It's amazing how dramatically Georgia's climate shifts in just a short drive. Uplistsikhe is one of the oldest urban settlements in Georgia, dating all the way back to the early Iron Age. Imagine this: entire halls, tunnels, temples, even a theater, all carved directly into the rock. And every step you take here feels like you're walking through centuries of stories. We first went to their museum, where we learned a little bit about this place. After the museum, we started our trek up to see the cave town. You start by walking along rugged stone paths that have been shaped over thousands of years, literally worn smooth by generations of people who once lived here. Here, every hollowed space had a purpose. There were churches, pagan temples, living quarters, wine cellars, and even a theater. It's incredible to think that people lived their entire lives inside these carved out chambers. Back in its prime, Uplistsikhe was a major cultural and political center, especially before Christianity arrived in Georgia. Some historians even call it Georgia's pagan heart. Later, it became part of the famous Silk Road route, so traders, travelers, and rulers all passed through these caves. As you climb to the upper levels, the wind gets stronger and the views get better. From up here, you get this breathtaking panorama of the Mtkvari River. It's wild, untouched, and exactly the kind of landscape that makes you realize how old this place truly is. The stone surface is uneven, the carvings are faded, but that's what makes Uplistsikhe special. It's raw. There's no reconstruction, no polished walkways, just history preserved in its purest form. You'll notice small details everywhere, like circular pits carved into the ground where food was stored, or wine presses where grapes were crushed. It's like walking through an open-air archaeology museum. This is the kind of place where you can sit quietly and imagine the life that once existed here. After we explored the cave town, we headed back down. We walked around and went to the riverside. This is the Mtkvari River. This river isn't just a scenic backdrop. It's the reason this ancient city existed in the first place. Gori is Georgia's longest river, running all the way from Turkey through Tbilisi and into Azerbaijan. After exploring Uplistsikhe, we drove straight to Borjomi. Borjomi is famous for its mineral water and the lush green forests of the Borjomi Karaguli National Park. The national park has a great variety of natural landscapes, historical and architectural monuments, resorts, and settlements. The tourist season lasts all year, allowing visitors to experience the stunning variety of flora and fauna. There's a broad network of 12 trails through the ancient woodlands, but we weren't prepared for that. So we hopped into a Jeep Wrangler and headed deep into the mountains. As we drove deeper into the Borjomi mountains, the landscape transformed again. The sunshine from Uplistsikhe faded into a colder, quieter world. The trees started catching flakes of snow, and this air suddenly felt crisp and still, like we were entering a completely different season. Our driver told us he wanted to show us a hidden waterfall, and honestly, I wasn't expecting much. Especially given how rugged this road was. The moment we started walking through the forest trail, everything felt magical. The snow wasn't heavy, just a delicate dusting on the branches like nature sprinkled icing sugar everywhere. then we saw it. A small waterfall tucked between the rocks, quietly flowing even in the cold. The edges were slightly frozen, but the center still moved gracefully. It wasn't loud or dramatic. It was peaceful, gentle, almost like the mountains were whispering. There was something incredibly calming about watching water move in a place that felt so still. We stayed there for a while, just taking it in. No crowds, no noise, no distractions. It's moments like this that make Borjomi special. Everyone talks about the mineral water and the parks, but it's these quiet mountain corners, the ones you only reach with a jeep and a bit of adventure, that make the area unforgettable. We continued on our jeep ride. Our driver Eric told us there's a cool viewpoint where we could get an amazing view of the stream we were just at. We reached the viewpoint. And there's a stream and waterfall where we just were. It's a breathtaking view from here, especially with all the pine trees. From there, we continued exploring and arrived at a small monastery. I didn't catch its name, but it had this peaceful, almost untouched atmosphere. No crowds, no noise, just the sound of the wind. We couldn't go inside, but there was this calmness here which was different. Sometimes the unnamed places end up becoming the most memorable. On the way out, we saw this little guy and went to say hello. Our final stop for the day was the temple of Saint Seraphim of Sarov. This one is much more structured, beautifully built, and set right against the backdrop of the mountains. It's serene, calm, and the perfect place to pause and take in everything we'd seen that day. Walking around the grounds, You instantly feel a sense of stillness. No rush, no noise, just fresh mountain air. After a full day of exploring ancient caves, snowy trails, waterfalls, this felt like the perfect pause. The architecture is simple yet striking. There's a softness to the colors, a warmth in the wooden details, and something incredibly grounding about the way it sits in the landscape. There's something humbling about these little details. The icons, the candles, the wooden cross, each one adds to the atmosphere of peace and reflection. Whether you're religious or not, the energy here is gentle and welcoming. It's the kind of place that makes you slow down without even realizing it. As the light started to fade, it felt like the perfect way to end the day. A place that balances all the contrasts we saw today: history and nature, adventure and serenity, cold mountains and warm sunlight. The temple of Saint Seraphim Asarov wasn't just a stop, it was a feeling, and the view was breathtaking. From the temple, you can see the rolling hills fading into the distance. Georgia just keeps surprising me with how diverse and breathtaking it is. If you enjoyed this episode, stay tuned because there's so much more coming. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.